Good morning, and welcome to our community meditation. We're welcoming those online as well. Thank you for being here, connecting in consciousness. My name is Clay T. White, and I am your practitioner for the day. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones so that we can have an uninterrupted experience together. This meditation is a blend of spoken word, lots of silences, accompanied by beautiful music. It will last approximately 15, 16, 17 minutes. Please put your feet firmly on the floor, gently. If you have on high heel shoes, just take them off. Relax your shoulders. And allow all the other joints to relax as well. I am the light of the world. You are the light of the world. Let us go within and practice shining our light. Shine the light for love, peace, abundance, beauty, clarity, freedom. The basic function of light is just one thing: to be given away. The way we receive more light is to give away the light we already have. I shine my light through kindness and compassion toward myself and others. How do you shine your light? How can we up the wattage of our light? Let's try it. as you gather light into your soul and allow your spirit to be filled with the shining truth of heavenly things, your life will grow better and stronger. Gathering light is a process of every day and every hour. When you awake in the morning, begin your quest for light. And when you finish the day, evaluate your engagement in sharing that light. We have been told that all things are possible. Possible in those who believe. So we stand in faith, knowing this truth. We stand in the light with our wick for life trimmed and burning. We feel the warmth, the color, the magnificence of light's eternal glow. We share it, we give it away, and more light takes its place. It is the grace of the Almighty. that the love of God is perfect, lay aside all fear, all uncertainty, and all doubt. There is no burden whatsoever in your consciousness. Live in the kingdom of heaven now. Rejoice in the divine presence. Bathe in the light of eternal truth. Consciously enter into the benediction of peace, love, power, abundance, and freedom. Gently return to this space. Maintain this peace. Allow the light to shine eternally. And so it is. So, meditation is over. Thank you for joining us in spiritual practice. Our celebration service will begin at 10 a.m.
We're all in it together, it's true as they say. Still confusion abounds as we seek the right way. And I wonder sometimes what this world's coming to, and try to imagine what would Jesus do, saying all is well and it's as it should be. It's easy when things are all pretty and clean. But when I think things aren't happening how they're supposed to, I try to imagine what would Jesus do. What would he say about the homeless and hungry? What would he do about the beggar and thief? What would he say to the drunk and drug addict, or the young girl selling herself on the street? Do you think he'd see heavenly perfection underneath their earthly shell? Through the veil of confusion to what is true, I believe that's what Jesus would do. Through the veil of confusion to what is true, I believe that's what Jesus would do. I believe that's what Jesus would do.
If this life is one act, why do we lay all these traps? We put them right in our path when we just wanna be free. I will not waste my days making up all kinds of ways to worry about all the things that will not happen to me. So I just let go of what I know I don't know, and I know
It used to be a world out there, heaven second-rate hand me down. But I walked it with the reverend air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Yeah. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Yeah. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. Well, that'd be very hard to say. See another new morning dawn and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood and saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything, every little thing, everything is holy now. Yeah, everything is holy now. Hey, everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now. 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 Everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now.
Nobody can tell ya there's only one song worth singing. They may try and sell ya, 'cause it hangs them up to see someone like you. But you gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. You're gonna be knowing the loneliest kind of lonely. It may be rough going just to do your things, the hardest thing to do. But you gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. So if you cannot take my hand,
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living. What a glorious day it is to be here. I was so excited this morning at 4 a.m. It was under 90 degrees, so I was happy. Fall is coming, right? Just anticipating that. It's wonderful to see all of you here with us today, and I want to say a special hi to all of those who are joining us online. If you would, just turn around, wave at the window back there where the camera is, and acknowledge our online people that are joining us here. As you saw on our little commercial for our YouTube channel, we have lots of different things that we provide for our online audience. And for those of you that might be interested in something throughout the week to uplift you, we have all kinds of meditations, music, talks, and experiences for you to partake of. All right, we're going to kick it off first thing this morning with our music director, Justin. You and me. Words will be on the screen for you if you'd like to stand and sing with us.
Please stand and join us. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out, I'm so happy, I just want to shout. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out, I'm so happy, I just want to shout. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life, one life, one love, one life, one life, one love, one life, one life, one love, one life, one life. Break it down. Keep on shining from the inside out, I'm so happy, I just want to shout. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. All right, good morning, everybody. Please greet your neighbor if you're comfortable at this time.
Thank you so much. And so now I'd like to shift the focus a little bit and go into a little more contemplative time with our affirmation and our invocation given to us today by our practitioner of the day, Clay T. White. Clay T.
Affirmation.
Oh, so you usually do it differently. It's usually a song and then, okay. Okay. Our affirmation for today is on the screen. I'm going to read it, and then we're going to read it together, and then he plays the song, okay? In challenging times, I listen for Spirit's word of wisdom, and I let it be. Wonderful, Christine. All right, together.
In
At
challenging times,
I listen for Spirit's words of wisdom, and I let it be.
I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord.
And from this quiet place where I wait upon the Lord, I will allow my light to shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Those were the words from the song that was the anthem of the American Civil Rights Movement. Reverend Laura, as she does every Sunday, is coming to give us ways to shine our light. Let us set the tone. Let us be ready to take it all in, to learn to share our light. Light is God's grace. It's God's grace in neon. So don't let anyone blow out your light. Let it shine everywhere, everywhere you go. Let that light shine as beauty, as love, as joy and happiness. Just let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Now join me now. I will make a quiet place quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place.
What a beautiful way to start the day. Thank you, Justin and Clay T. That's lovely. So today we are wrapping up our July theme of facing our challenges. We in a movement like this, in a New Thought religion like this, don't often like to think about the fact that we might have challenges in our lives. In fact, we kind of want to shove that aside and say, oh no, it's all good, it's all God, we don't have to worry about that. But the truth is that we need to look at these things and shine the light on them to see what's available for us in each of these challenges and how we can use our spiritual practices to overcome them. Today's talk title is Finding the Light. And I loved Clay T's reference to that wonderful song, This Little Light of Mine. That's one of those songs that often gets stuck in my head and won't ever go away. But fortunately, that one didn't get stuck this week. But as I was prepping for my talk this week, I had another song get really stuck in my mind that wouldn't go away. You might remember the movie E.T., everybody's favorite little extraterrestrial critter that came to the earth. There's a song from there called "Let In Your Heart Light" by Neil Diamond, and that one is the one that's been stuck in my head all week long. And all I could do every time it came to my mind was to see that image of E.T., the extraterrestrial, and the big glow of red that was coming from his heart. Now, the interesting thing about that is it only came from his heart when he was feeling good. If he was stressed or scared, or towards the end of the movie he gets sick, there was no glow. There was nothing coming from his heart space there. It was not the beautiful warm red color that it was when he was feeling connected, when he was in joy, when he was with his family, when he was with the earthlings who had rescued him. So that idea has been with me all week long, this idea that the light that we have actually comes from our heart, from the center of our being, from that space within our body and within consciousness where love resides. And so as I was getting ready, I was looking for quotes and so forth that I have, and I came to find out that Ernest Holmes not only has one book that's called Light. He has a second book called Cosmic Light. He wrote quite a bit about light because he equated light to spirit, to God, as a synonym for that eternal presence, that infinite indwelling creative force of everything. So one of the quotes that he uses here comes from his book, Richer Living here. He says, the word light, as it's used in the Bible, is a symbol of spiritual illumination. It is the inner capacity of each of us to perceive a divine idea and assimilate it into our consciousness. Any idea assimilated into consciousness must then be expressed in our experience. So let's break that down a little bit. The inner capacity of each of us to perceive a divine idea. So it's not just about having a light shine on us and making things brighter for us. It's about taking it in and seeing what it means for us, each one of us, in our own experience and how that shows up for us. It has to be assimilated into our consciousness. We can't just let it be out there lighting the things around us. We have to actually bring it in and let it shine its light on the dark places inside of us. Those challenges that we experience. As I said last week, I used the word turmoil, turbulence, one of those two. I think turbulence. That idea that there are things that are disturbed in our environment and disturbed within us, and that we need to shine that light in there to illuminate all of the hidden beliefs that we have about it, all of the areas that we are operating based on old patterns of thought, old habits that we had, old ideas that we internalized as we were growing up. So this idea of this spiritual illumination is something that is coming from within us outward. We often think it's about gaining more, getting more, and having more come into us. But it really is like with little E.T., it had to come from the inside out. And it came from the inside out based on what we were feeling at the time, based on how secure we were, based on how content we were, based on the circumstances around us. The light shines brighter when we are in joy, when we are in love, when we are connected with people in a community, when we are with our family and friends, when we are doing the things that light us up. That's when we feel that heart light. That's when it really comes forth. It says, any idea assimilated into consciousness must then express in our experience. And so once we've internalized that, once we've got it really solid inside of us, then it starts to outpicture itself in our experiences around us. How many of you have ever gotten to that place where you changed your thinking about something and then walked around thinking, well, look, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. It's like once we shift our consciousness around something, we start to see it more and more. We see evidence of it more and more in our experience as we begin to shift our consciousness around it. You know, in our philosophy, we call it science of mind. Sometimes you might hear it called religious science. It's part of a philosophy, a religious philosophy called New Thought. And in this idea, this philosophy, we emphasize the presence of the divine within each individual. The presence of the divine is right within each one of us. And it's often referred to as consciousness or the God within, all kinds of words, any words fine that you want to use for it. But it is an infinite source of wisdom. It's an infinite source of love. It is the power that is animating us. It is the power that is living through us. By connecting with this inner presence, with this inner divinity, we can access the guidance and the strength that is available to us at all times. Keeps us from having to live from that place of a limited human perspective. When we look at it from God consciousness, from that light that is coming from within us, then we don't have to believe in the effect of it as we see it in the human world. We don't have to buy into, oh, it's always been this way and it's going to be this way from now on out. We can see the possibility of something different happening in our experience. In his book, Light, Ernest goes on to say, there's a light that permeates the world, but we have not sensed it. We need, in the silence of our own contemplation, to take time to feel that light and to see it. And I love this sentence. We have to hitch our earthly wagon to a spiritual star, because if we do not, we are going to hitch it to a make-believe life, something that has no light at all. The only light is the light eternal. We have to hitch our light to hitch our earthly wagon to a spiritual star. I love that. Hitch our earthly wagon. In other words, we have to uplift ourselves from being in the effect of what's going on around us, because it's so easy to get caught up in the effect. It's so easy to say, oh, this is happening to me right now, this must be true, and this must be my experience, and there's nothing I can do to get out of it. That's a kind of a defeatist kind of point of view. But if we can lift ourselves up, hitch our wagon to the spiritual star, we can see that issue from a different perspective. And then we can see the possibilities of solutions that we can't see when we're mired in the muck of it. We're right down there tramping around in the mud and the muck and the grime and so forth. We can't see the solution. And so we elevate ourselves in consciousness and then shine that light from within our heart down onto the situation, and we can see it. It becomes illumined, and we can see a possibility of a solution that we couldn't see from our previous point of view, being stuck right there with it. It's always an opportunity for us to take that moment and step out of the situation. When we're stuck in a situation and we ask ourselves questions like, why is this happening to me? All that succeeds in doing is keeping us stuck in the situation. But if we can step back from it, get to a place where we can see it from a distance and say, what is in this situation for me to know right now so that I can shift, so that I can grow, so that I can elevate my consciousness to a higher point of view and not have to repeat that experience again. Because that's ultimately what we want to do. We don't really want to keep creating those same situations in our lives over and over again and then having to figure out a new way to get out of it. If we can begin to look at it and say, oh, I can see what's coming. I'm going to step back. I'm going to take myself out of that situation, and I'm going to look at it from a higher point of view. Or I'm going to shine that light of truth on it to let it be illumined so that I cannot experience that again. Imagine if we're driving along the road and from a distance you can see a traffic jam. Well, from that distance you have an opportunity to take an alternate route. But when you're stuck in that traffic jam, not much you're going to do. I used last week a little meme about traffic here in Las Vegas, actually more about construction of traffic in Las Vegas, but it's the same kind of thing. We wind up getting stuck in a situation because we couldn't see far enough ahead. We weren't looking at it from a distance. We were right there up against it. And so we wind up stuck in that situation, and then sometimes it takes us an hour or 2 hours or so to get out of the situation. I remember one time I was coming back from California, and I was heading to Utah when I lived up in St. George, and so I had to drive through Las Vegas to get there. Now, I've lived in Las Vegas for 47 years. I know these streets pretty well. But I was in a kind of a messed up place in my mind. Something had happened in California that was disturbing me. And I get onto I-15. And I'm not kidding you, I sat on I-15 for 3 hours. Now, I know there are roads everywhere possible that I could got off of I-15 and found an alternative route to get, take it further north and go on out. But I was in such a place in consciousness that I couldn't see that. I couldn't move beyond the circumstances that I was experiencing that moment to even find a solution. And it was really quite funny because this wound up being like 2 o'clock in the morning when I got home to St. George. And I was exhausted, and I'm thinking, what in the world? And then I just start laughing at myself. I'm like, you got to be kidding. You could have gone, really, I could have gone on any road out coming off of I-15 and gotten myself. But I was stuck on it from Tropicana all the way out of town. I just couldn't see it. I had to lift myself out of that place before I could see it. And in that moment, I was stuck in a place where I couldn't lift myself up. It was also middle of the night. I wasn't going to call anybody for help. So, normally I would get on the phone and say, okay, pray for me right now because I'm in a mess. But it was the middle of the night, so I didn't do that. But we can't heal ourselves when we're stuck in the dark place, when we're stuck in that situation that doesn't allow us to move to a different place in consciousness. We can't get stuck. We can't get out of it. You know, Martin Luther King Jr. has probably one of his most famous quotes out there, just about this very thing. He says that darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. We can't get out of darkness if we are shining more darkness into it. We have to shine the light. We have to get to a place in consciousness where the light is coming from within us, and then we can look down there. Because if we are not letting it come from within us, we're looking for something outside of ourselves to heal us. And we're never going to get anywhere when we're looking for that. We need to look within ourselves and let that light come forth, because everything is an inside job. Every single thing. As I said earlier, we believe that spirit is an indwelling presence in each and every one of us individually. It shows up as us. It shows up through us. It is us. And the only way that it can come forth is to come through us. Now, sometimes we are lucky and we happen to come across someone who is also that place in consciousness where they have gotten themselves so centered that then we can benefit a little bit by their experience. When we get to that place where we're like, I don't know what it is about that person, but I want what they're having. Because they're in a place in consciousness where they have seen it and allowed that light to come through them. And then it can illuminate others around us. But those experiences are few and far between. We're much more likely to have a beneficial experience if we learn to find the light within ourselves and then let it out. Let it out. Robert Browning, in his wonderful poem, Paracelsus, writes, our job is not to heal things, but our job is to find a place to let the imprisoned splendor out, from which the imprisoned splendor may emerge from within us, because it's in there all the time. And our task is to just let it out. Recognize it for what it is. Embrace it for what it is. Let that little warm glow of love, like E.T. have, shine itself out from within us. You know, almost all of the master teachers have said something about this in one way or another. In the Sermon of the Mount, right after the Beatitudes, Jesus is reported saying that you are the light of the world. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under a bushel basket, but on a light lampstand, and gives it light to the whole house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so they may see your good works and glorify God. We have a light within us. Our task is to let it out. If we do as Jesus admonishes here, and put a basket over it, that light is not even good for us, let alone anybody else. But if we put it out there for the whole world to see, then we become that place in consciousness that can be a beneficial presence to others. When we walk into situations that we might call tumultuous or difficult or challenging, and we walk into that place and shine that light of consciousness around it, then others are illumined by it. I remember when I was my last year of teaching, I was teaching middle school science, and so we were in the middle of a staff meeting, and it was right at the beginning of a lot of shootings in schools. And so we were doing the shelter-in-place, discussion about shelter-in-place drills. And I remember my principal standing up there saying, I don't know, must have said it 6 times, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to we have to be prepared for it. This is going to happen. Well, the fact was, it was happening in lots of places around the country. But I remember about the 3rd or 4th time he said that, it was one of those times when I used my outside voice and I didn't think I was. You guys ever done that? And he said, this is going to happen. And I just said, louder than I actually even thought I would ever say, or not. And the people around me looked at me like, But then afterwards, we started having conversations. And I said, how much of this is about us putting it out there that this is going to happen? It's like that self-fulfilling prophecy, right? I used to be, I'm going to say used to be. I used to be pretty klutzy, and I would fall a lot. And I remember one day, I just started here at the center, so I was just starting to get into this idea of my thoughts create my reality kind of thing. And I remember walking somewhere, and the ground was uneven, and I thought, oh boy, I've got to be careful, I'm going to fall. Yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy, I fell. But it hit me as I was falling, besides the ground hitting me, it hit me, look at what your thoughts just did. Look at what your thoughts just created. And so there was a place inside of me then had been illumined, like, oh, look at that. How many other things in my life have I done that with? It gave me an opportunity to look at things from a different point of view. I don't generally say I'm going to fall anymore. I can't even remember the last time other than that I have said it. I still am conscious and careful when I'm walking on uneven ground, but I was so klutzy as a kid, my parents put me in ballet. It was not a good thing. You can fall a lot of different ways in ballet. So Ernest, in The Science of Mind, says this. He says, there's a light and a life at the center of all things, and a consciousness that responds. The imprisoned splendor to the eyes that perceive it bursts like the glory of a new dawn. Doesn't he have a way with words? The imprisoned splendor to the eyes that perceives it bursts like a glory of a new dawn. This incarnated consciousness and intelligence in all things can communicate itself to us and speak a divine language to the one who listens. When we take that opportunity to go within and tap in to that place in consciousness where spirit dwells. Now, truth is, spirit dwells all through every cell of our body, but I like to think of it right here. This is my heart center. I call it my heart center, and this is where I think of it. I get a warm feeling right here. I can put my hand right here. It's a great place for me. So I think of spirit as being and dwelling in me right here. And so this incarnated consciousness and intelligence communicates to me. Some people call that their intuition, their inner voice, their inner wisdom, their guide. It doesn't matter, again, what you call it. All of the mystics have seen this light, and they were forever altered when they discovered it within themselves. That's what makes a mystic. Someone who has been illumined by the inner consciousness. Almost all mystics have what they call the dark night of the soul, which is that moment that Martin Luther King referred to as darkness cannot drive out darkness. We have to shine the light on it. And that's what the mystics have learned to do. They have all been perfectly normal human beings, all of them. Even the big ones, Buddha, Muhammad, Jesus, were perfectly ordinary human beings who took the time to allow themselves to be lit up from within. There's an atmosphere that we sense around people like this who have evolved spiritually. As I referred to before, I want what they're having. We like to be around people who are illumined. We like to be around people who, when we hear them speaking, something inside of us knows truth in a way that we can never unknow it, in a way that resonates with the very cells in our body. Again, this transcends every religion, and it is without dogma. All of the other dogma, the rules, and all of the ways of being, those have been added on. Those have been added on to make people happy. But we all have an opportunity to become that mystic, that place where spirit shows forth so beautifully and easily. In the book Cosmic Light, Ernest puts it this way. Do not be afraid to seek this consciousness, to experiment with it. Do not feel you are silly if you believe in it. It is not hallucinatory. It is real. It is light. And I have seen it many times. There is that light within us that will help us face all of our challenges as we journey through this inner transformation and spiritual awakening. When we harness the power of our thoughts, when we begin to hear our thoughts, realize what's happening, as I did when I said I was klutzy and I would trip, I begin to hear those thoughts, and then I look at them in a way that's different than I've looked at them before. And I can take action that is different. I have then shined the light of truth onto that experience, and I can choose something different. Now, I can choose to walk around that uneven ground, or I can choose to walk through it very deliberately and carefully. Either way, making myself safe as I'm going. You know, we have our amazing affirmative prayer that allows us to shift these ideas. By reframing them in our mind as we are praying, then we begin to understand them at a different level. We're shining that light again. We're beginning to see it differently than we saw it before. And then we can navigate all of our challenges in life with purpose and with an expectation of possibilities that were different than what we thought we could have before. Each challenge then becomes an opportunity to deepen our faith, to expand our consciousness, to become stronger and more enlightened, to live life differently, to have a different experience of the life that we have. In this way, we not only find the light within ourselves, but we also become beacons of light for others. And we illuminate a path to a more harmonious and more successful world around us. In one of Ernest's last talks, he gave it about 4 months before he died, I shared it with you, a part of it with you at the dedication of this building. It was a dedication of a church in Whittier, California. But in there, he says this, which I love this. I feel that if a spiritual mind treatment, that's our affirmative prayer, if I feel a spiritual mind treatment could be seen, it would be seen as a pathway of light. We find light within our spiritual practices. We find light when we sit in meditation and contemplation, when we engage with others in spiritual study, when we seek prayer or pray ourselves. We find the light, we uncover it, and we see a way to possibilities we couldn't see before. It is one of our most beneficial practices to simply take an opportunity to look at something and see it in a different way by shining the light of consciousness on it. So let's do that right now. Let's take a moment and use our spiritual mind treatment to shine the light. I invite our practitioners to stand and surround us. And if you're comfortable, I just invite you to take in a deep breath and close your eyes. And if you're not comfortable and you want to change, go ahead and do it anyway. And so right here and right now, I know that there is a light shining within each one of us. It is that light of consciousness, that light of truth, that light of power and purpose. I know that there is only this one light, and I see it showing up beautifully and perfectly in thousands of different variations through each and every one of us. I know the presence of that one is in each and every individual. It is our heart center, our heart light. And because I know there is only this one, and I know that this one is operating in and through and as all of us, I know that infinite possibilities exist as we recognize that light of consciousness and allow it to shine forth in all of our affairs. I know that as we open up and allow that light to pour forth, we see things differently. We see answers where we thought there were none. We see solutions when all we could see before were problems. And I know that this gift of light not only benefits us, but is a benefit and a blessing to all we encounter. This light is contagious. It is spreading itself forth through each member of this community and beyond. This light of love, this light of peace, this light of divine connection. That's why we're here. How good it is to know this and feel it and see it happening right here and right now in this community. I am so, so grateful. And I simply release this word into that consciousness that already has said yes. I let it go and I let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, practitioners. All right, now we have an opportunity to support our center financially. We are a nonprofit religious 501c3 and receive most of our funding through your generous donations. And so as our ushers are coming forward, I invite you to prepare your offering. There are envelopes on the back of the seats in front of you if you'd like to have your offering recorded. We gratefully accept your cash and check donations here today, and we also have several different ways that you can give electronically if you like to, Zelle, text to give, or on our website. Kaylee Marshall's in the back there to help you if you need any assistance with any of those electronic ways of giving. So I invite you to hold your offering over your heart. If you're giving electronically, just put your hands over your heart. If you've already given or you're giving later, just put your hands over your heart. And repeat after me. This gift I give
This gift I give
goes forth from me,
goes forth from me,
does amazing and miraculous things,
does amazing and miraculous things,
and returns to me in kind,
returns to me in kind,
pressed down and overflowing.
pressed down and overflow.
And so it is.
So it is.
What are we singing, Justin?
All I give.
All I give. Words are on the screen.
Here we go now. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. blesses me abundantly.
And we are so abundantly blessed. We are so, so grateful for the generosity, the thought, and the consciousness that has shown its light here today. I know that everything that we receive goes forth from us and does amazing and miraculous things, not only for our community, but for those we serve. And so we are just simply grateful, and we let it be. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you. All right, we just have a couple of announcements today, not too many. Kelly's here.
Not too many. Hi, everyone. Wow, our first announcement today is about volunteering. I'm sure most of you know that there is a dedicated group here, whether you're staff or you serve as a volunteer, and often those volunteers wear many hats. But right now, we do need some help from you in our hospitality area. A hospitality volunteer would come on Sundays and help get everything set up with coffee and refreshments that are also donated. Bringing me to our second request. The sign-ups for August for bringing special treats is out in the lobby. We'd appreciate any gifting you'd like to give in that area. And if you're interested in becoming a hospitality volunteer and assisting this really great group in keeping us with coffee and donuts on Sundays, please also see that sign up in the lobby. Next up, I'm looking forward to this one. This coming Saturday at 10 o'clock right here is Soul Crafters. This month is My Intention. And I don't know if you've seen these online or around in your communities, but there is a company called My Intent. And their mission is to provide one that allows us to uncover what our intentions are and make a beautiful bracelet with that word that comes to us in the meditative process that Reverend Laura will be walking us through. And when we do that, we're able to create a bracelet, and that bracelet becomes something of a wearable reminder for us to take out into the world, always letting us know what that intention is that we have set for ourselves. Cost of materials for that one is $15. You can sign up in the back here with Kaylee today, or on the website, or the link in your email. Reverend Laura has some special information on an upcoming September event.
All right. So we are getting really excited for this. September is going to be all about creativity, about exploring our creativity, about finding new ways, about enhancing it, and all of the things that go along with that. And so as a culminating event at the end of the month, we're going to have a celebration of creativity through the arts. And so this includes all kinds of arts that you would make, crafts and arts that you would make. We're going to have an art show for those of you that would like to display some of your artwork. We're going to have a craft sale for people who are really, like me, little crafty devils, and we like to make things. I'm so excited. I've been working on my room all week. It's really coming along. I'm just all on Twitter. Anyway, that's one thing. Then we're also going to have a showcase of musical and written and spoken talent. So if you are a writer and you'd like to share a little bit of your work with us, if you're a poet and would like to share a poem or two, if you are a singer or a performer and would like to come up and give us a treat of that, if you are a comedian, we'd love to have somebody come up and make us laugh and all of the things that go along with that. Spoken word, any of these ideas. The sign-up sheets are in the back. The committee is meeting for the first time on Tuesday to start planning for this, and so we are just really excited about what's going to unfold here. It's going to be from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock on a Saturday. So we wanted to do the craft sale and art show earlier in the day and then do the talent show part, showcase part towards the end of the evening. We're looking at getting some food trucks here and different vendors and things like that to come along with that. So consider signing up. Like I said, the sign-up sheets are in the foyer on the yellow table right underneath the sign that says Celebrating Creativity. And so we're so excited about that. And I hope I see you on Saturday with the Soul Crafters. We're actually going to be making 2 different kinds of bracelets, and I'm going to take you through an experience to figure out what you want to write on your bracelets for that. So I encourage you to come along with that. It's really kind of fun. I know I have one friend who I did a bracelet with her about 2.5 years ago, and I saw her the other day. She was still wearing it. So it's kind of fun to have that spontaneous reminder of something that came from within you and is wanting to be birthed inside of you. So, as I said last week, there were 15 weeks between last Sunday and the election in November, and each week we are going to feature a prayer for our country. I've asked our practitioners to volunteer to write some prayers, and so today's first practitioner prayer is coming from former State Senator Valerie Weiner, practitioner with us here at Center for Spiritual Living. You have a purple paper on that you were given when you came in. I know the writing's kind of small, but I needed to get it all on one sheet. I'm going to have the words up here. Valerie's going to read them. I don't want you, you're not reading them out with them, but you can read along with her.
Okay. Ready for me?
Ready.
Through the truth of oneness that is the birthright of every person born in our country and beyond, I offer this prayer of positive and peaceful connection. I affirm the ever-present principle that our nation is anchored in the history and spiritual truth of oneness and is divinely directed by the light of highest good for one and all. I affirm the collective and individualized expression of thoughts and actions that provide opportunities for each spirit-created person to elevate their lives with positive possibilities. I affirm the power of choice, which is our birthright, and invites each of us to soar with our unique ideas to optimize potential benefits for all of creation. I affirm that challenges, which at times seem lofty, inspire us to engage our hearts and heads to process and understand our world, our country, our community, all of which we call home. I affirm the importance of seeing the bigger picture of life as it unfolds, so that we can step higher into our unique roles to understand, to serve, and to lead. I affirm the power of the question, what is mine to do? And welcome the wisdom that I invite into my consciousness. I affirm the divine evolution to which I am contributing, one idea, one action, one interaction, and one response at a time. I affirm my gratitude for each invitation to grow love, however large or small the experience, knowing that everything I choose to touch with my energy is divinely guided. I affirm my support for authentic leaders who peacefully and equitably guide our country at all levels as they follow their own paths, enlightened by liberty, freedom, and justice for all. I affirm the endurance of democracy that embraces each person individually and uniquely as the expression of spirit in all ways, always. I affirm that love is all there is, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you so much, Valerie. Please keep those with you. Read them often throughout the week. If you lose it, they're posted on our website and e-blast. Kaylee's got more of them in the back if you need more to take home with you, if you want to give it to somebody else. Each week we will receive a new prayer for our country from one of our beloved practitioners here. Have a beautiful and blessed week. We're leaving the chairs exactly where they are. Prayer is available in our prayer room over here. If you'd like to have a personal spiritual mind treatment, please see our practitioners. Have a beautiful and blessed week, everyone. Go get some donuts.